What even is that?
He might honestly be poisonous. I hope me picking him up is okay as well.
That is a massive Australian mud crab. Take a look at that, mate. Got to be real careful for stonefish as well. That's why I'm wearing shoes at the moment. First crayfish I've ever caught. Let's go check the crab pots. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So I've just been dropped along this remote coastline here in southeast Queensland, and this is where I'm going to be surviving for the next 3 days. Just out there in that huge passage, it's filled with sharks. There's been crocodiles that have been spotted this far south, and about 1.5 kilometers up that way is a massive set of mangroves, which just holds life for so many species. In that rock pool just there, I caught one of the most venomous creatures on earth, the blue-ringed octopus. And I think it was 100 meters down that way, I caught the stonefish, the most venomous fish on earth. So I'm gonna be living here with these deadly animals over the next 3 days, catching my own food. I've bought no food, no water out here with me, and the only thing that I've got to help me on this adventure is this hand spear right here. I got it secondhand for $10, so it's very affordable, and this is what I'm going to be using to go hunting along this area for the next 3 days, catch my own food, cook it up out here. Not going to be an easy place to survive out here, but I think it's going to be a pretty cool mission. Let's try catch some food. So what I think I'm gonna do first is start heading along this coastline and see what animals I can catch. Hopefully get something for breakfast. If I can't get anything out here, I'll head up into the mangroves and try get a mud crab or try spear a fish up there. But yeah, this is a pretty cool place to start. Let's see what we can find. So I was just hunting around looking for squid, and I spotted this fella just blending in. I actually thought he was a squid for a second. He kind of has the same appearance as one. What even is that? I think it's some kind of pufferfish. He's filling himself with water out here in the mangroves. He might honestly be poisonous. I feel like if I ate him, I would definitely not be in a good way. And I hope me picking him up is okay as well. Are you kidding me? I think what he's doing is, as I'm going to pick him up, he's filling himself up with water. So he's still able to breathe right now out of water. He's got a bunch inside that big, whatever that thing's called that he is filling with water. But that is just so cool. I wish I knew more about this fish. I'm gonna go home and research it a bit more. All right, you ready to go, mate? See this right here? That is a big flathead print from a big animal. Look, there's another one over here. Might even be the same one. I reckon he's out that way. Let's go and see if we can get him. So when I got dropped here this morning, I got my drone up in the air to scout this land that I'm gonna be surviving on. Way up that way, there's a big mangrove ecosystem, and it's good to see on the way up there. There's plenty of sea turtles hanging around, lots of shovelnose sharks, other fish species, but I reckon most of the food that I'm gonna be able to catch is gonna be up in the mangroves. There was just a really big mud crab that was sitting up here, and it went down into the deeper water. So I've dropped the spear, and I'm just gonna be walking up here, seeing if I can grab one. Big mud crab. Just through there, just over my right shoulder, is a huge male mud crab. This is gonna be my breakfast if I can catch him. There's another hole right there. Okay, we gotta be careful of that as well. That's where he came from. Hey, mate. All right. So we are out here in the mangroves surviving, and this is gonna be my breakfast. Big male mud crab. Take a look at that, mate. He's definitely legal size. That is a huge claw. Not bad at all. Yes, let's go. So we've caught ourselves some lunch right here out in the mangroves. We're sitting in a pretty good place right now. We've got a big mud crab that we're gonna cook up, but the thing with these 3-day survival videos, right? Maybe if I had water, I could literally just lay down here on the sand and I'd be okay for 3 days. My goal every time I come out and film these videos, even if it's just for 24 hours, is I wanna thrive out here. I still wanna get something with that hand spear. But yeah, not a bad start to this 3-day adventure. I knew it was gonna be a crazy one from the get-go, and that's a pretty crazy animal to catch first up in the morning. So the reason why I was being careful with this mud crab is because these huge claws that they have just on the front there, they're absolutely massive and they got so much power in them as well. Kind of the same as a crocodile's jaw. See that? I can easily hold it shut, same as big crocodiles. But once they clamp down, you're not getting them back open. These mud crabs have a defense mechanism. If it was to get a hold of me, what it would do is it would drop its claw off straight away. They can regrow their claws and I'd be left with a big claw hanging on my arm. I've been done by a few smaller mud crabs and it's not fun at all. I'm sure one of this size would be likely to break your finger, maybe even take it off. Let's get out of here, cook up this mud crab, and then start hunting around again. Find a place to set up camp for the night.
Okay, so before we cook it up on the fire, we're just gonna break this crab open. So how you actually do it is this crab's now dead, but you grab this bottom part of the shell, lift it up, take the top of its head off, and we'll snap it in half, just like that. And what we want is to clean all of these filters out and all of this orangey stuff as well. There's one side done. And there we go. Let's go make a fire up outside the mangroves and cook it up.
Successful first day out here in the mangroves. Mate, at the moment we're thriving. The sun's just going down. After we cook up these muddies, I'm gonna go find a place to set up camp for the night in the mangroves. And I've brought a torch with me so we can go exploring after dark, try get something for dinner as well. All right, ready? We'll chuck them in. And number 2, just in like that. There's nothing quite as exciting as coming out to a place like the mangroves with no food and challenging myself to survive out here with the other animals and not only catch my own food, but actually eat good as well. That mud crab would be worth around $100 in a store. But yeah, it's nice to be back in Australia. If you ever get the opportunity wherever you live, go out into nature, try catch your own food, cook it up, drink some creek water, walk around barefoot. I always feel the most connected with this land when I'm doing things like this. Oh, there we go. What an epic first day to start off this 3-day mission. I'm eating so much dirt right now. I reckon I'm gonna head straight down to the water, so as soon as the sun sets, because the tide's going out, we want it to be pretty high, I'm gonna head into the mangroves and see if I can get anything with the hand spear. See this right here? This is one of the species we were looking for. Look at that! Little shovelnose ray. That's so cool. Take a look at this fella right here. Just walking the sand flats, looking for some squid. And I reckon this guy is as well. He's probably looking for a feed tonight. So many different species out while you're walking the flats at night. Oh, look at that.
Look at that little squid right there.
All right, first night camping in the mangroves. We're gonna set up the hammock that we brought out here, sleep out here tonight, and continue the adventure tomorrow. Pretty successful day though. We caught a lot of food. Now we get to sleep out here. Luckily in winter out here, there's not as many mosquitoes, which is a bonus, I guess. I'm gonna take my shoes off, go to sleep, and continue this adventure tomorrow. We'll wake up early as the sun's rising and go see if we can catch some breakfast. Not a bad place to wake up to. Are you kidding me right now? Look at this. Complete glass off. Okay, so it's currently day 2 at the moment. We just woke up. It's an absolutely beautiful day, completely flat. It's low tide at the moment. What I think I'm gonna do this morning is start hunting again and try catch some fish. You saw last night we went out spearfishing and managed to get a little squid.
Squid, right there. It's just a little one, but I'm gonna try get him with the spear. There he is. Got him.
I was almost gonna cook it up just out of the mangroves last night, but I thought what I'd do is I'll take it up into the mangroves this morning and I'll chuck little pieces of it out the front of snags and banks that I think fish should be sitting under, and I'll be waiting there with the hand spear to hopefully get them and cook them up for breakfast. The goal is to get a mangrove jack. I've never got one of them with the hand spear before, so yeah, hopefully we can get one today. But we're gonna go for a bit of a walk first up this coastline. Day 2, mate. 3-day survival, let's go. I've just taken all my important belongings out of my pockets so I can jump on something if the opportunity arises. The opportunity has arose, my friend. Well, that was embarrassing. I didn't even catch him. I'm actually having a great time out here. I want to try catch one of those shovelnose rays. Get it up close to the camera. They're so cool. Hey, big fella. Good morning.
Out here, got to be real careful for stonefish as well.
That's why I'm wearing shoes at the moment.
Brim, right there. He's in this deeper pocket, and I reckon he's legal as well. Missed him. Where did he go? No. If he's in all this stuff, I'm not seeing him.
There he is.
Got him. We got breakfast right here. Let's go make a fire and cook it up. There we go.
Catching my own food, living off the land out here. It's really cool coming out and doing a survival adventure like this. Very grounding experience. Fresh fish. This isn't even a survival challenge. I'm eating better out here than I do when I'm back home. It's a hard life, but someone has to do it. Ready? Look over here. Come on, mate. Come up to the surface.
So in this creek right here, there's no crocodiles. Well, over the past 30 years or so, there's been 2 confirmed crocodile sightings, but for one to be in here at the moment, it would be the rarest thing ever. If there was a croc in here and it grabbed me, it would be my time to go, because they don't come down this far south. And sadly, if they do, they're killed. In about 2 or 3 weeks' time, I'm actually heading up North Queensland with my mate, catching up with him and going out looking for crocs deep in Cape York. So that should be a pretty cool adventure. Stay tuned for that one. We'll be going out in the boat, catching a heap of barra, cooking them up, living off the land, and I'll probably go on some more cool adventures while I'm up that way. So this is where I'm gonna set up my hammock for tonight. Tomorrow's when we actually get out of here. It's fully high tide at the moment, so it won't come up any higher, and hopefully no crocs will be able to grab me. Not a bad place to be setting up camp. Yesterday was a lot further into the mangroves. What an arvo, what an adventure. Day 3, out here in the mangroves. Got hammered by mosquitoes and sandflies last night, but it's still been a really cool and epic adventure over the past 3 days. The plan for today is I'm actually gonna head back to the sunny coast, about 2 hours down south, and my mate's taking me out in the boat where we're gonna be diving for some big crayfish. He set a bunch of crab pots up the creek as well. But yeah, I'm so grateful to come out here on this land and be able to survive like this and take all of you along for this adventure. I reckon the coolest part is just coming. I've never caught a crayfish with my hands before, so that should be pretty cool. So we're gonna be diving, spearfishing. I'm gonna get the gear on and jump in.
Got him. Bit small?
Yeah.
Crack? I'll come over.
So after swimming around for about an hour, we spotted a big crayfish sitting underneath a rock. Now I wanted to go down and grab him out, but these crayfish are covered in spikes. And last time my mate did that, his hands were swollen for about a week. He had to go to the hospital.
You can literally put the spear right up close to him, do it slowly, take your time, and make sure it's literally right in front of his face and go bang, right?
Yeah, right.
Just no rush. If you run out of breath, just come back up, you won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're so sharp and covered in like slime, so they get infected really easy. Queensland is the only state you're allowed to shoot these crayfish with spear guns, but what you should do every single time, and what we did with this crayfish in particular, is we went and checked that it wasn't a female with eggs. So yeah, we dived down there a couple times, scoped it out.
I gotta come like down a bit more.
You gotta come from that end, that way a bit more.
Yeah.
Sitting up on the surface, catching my breath, and then I dived down and got a good shot on him.
Got him.
Off work.
First cray.
First crayfish I've ever caught. Next time we're gonna be grabbing them. We just forgot the gloves this time, so we couldn't do that. Let's go check the crab pots.
Oh, there we go. Oh my.
Seems like this one was set in a pretty good place. Just had some fish frames in it. So now we got a bunch of muddies and a big crayfish
that we're gonna cook up. Those are pretty nice sized ones as well. All right, we're gonna tie these up and keep going, seeing if we can get any more. Oh, that's a big one. There's a few.
That's a male. That's a male. They're all males. And I think all 5 of them are legal.
Chuck them in, mate. Not a bad feed. Oh. That's another legal one, and then I think 2 females. So we just rode out here. I've had a massive few days out catching my own food, living off the land and living off the ocean. What we're gonna do now is camp out here tonight. We've got a little fire going. We're gonna cook up a feed. And what we're cooking up is all of this stuff in the esky over here. Mate, that is not bad at all. Keen as to cook up that crayfish. I think we're gonna make some crab wraps. But what we need to do first is clean out all these mud crabs and crayfish, get the pot boiling on there, and yeah, cook them up. And that right there is 3 big mud crabs. The best way to cook these crabs is in the same water that they're living in. Last big claw. That looks so good, eh? Yeah. All right, they're ready. All right, there we go. We'll chuck some sauce on it, fresh crab wraps. All right. Gonna be posting plenty more videos like this throughout this year, traveling around. We're heading up to North Queensland soon to film crocodiles and all the cool animals up there. We'll be living off the land, catching barramundi, cooking it up, and yeah, camping out there with all those cool species of animals. This actually does taste so good. We're gonna finish this off, go for a bit of a camp tonight, wake up tomorrow, head back home and edit this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to support me. New videos every week. See you again next week in the next adventure.